So we'll start with some deep breaths in. We're gonna bring our hands up overhead. We'll take a deep breath in, pausing at the top, and then as we come back down, we're gonna exhale our breath, and we'll do 5 here. 1, 2.
I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
You have to change your view screen. There's a screen because you're fine. She's right in the middle. Make sure you're on the right.
4, and we'll do 1 more.
Hit what?
5.
Are you able to check your chats? I know you're newer. I'll communicate with you through the chat.
Even
Okay.
I cannot see. I can see the whole screen with everybody, but not just the instructor.
Then you're on the
Yes.
you're on
Then-
the wrong view because she's right in the center. She's perfect. So I'll communicate with you through the chat.
You guys got it? All right, next let's do our shoulder shrugs with circles. We'll do 5 in that backwards position, and then you're gonna switch and we'll do 5 forward. So we shrug up, squeezing those shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reversing.
I'm not doing it still.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Opening up at our chests, we're gonna have our hands starting facing towards each other, our palms, and then we're gonna open up wide into that field goal position, and then back in, and we'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next we'll do range of motion at our neck. So we're gonna alternate in between looking up at the ceiling and looking down at the ground. And we'll do 10 total with this one. So I look up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then looking over our right shoulder, we'll do 5 there. Over and coming back, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're gonna do some reaching forward. When we reach forward, I want you to have the fingers be nice and wide. We're gonna reach forward as far as we can, sit up tall, and row as we come back. And we'll do 10 here. So I reach forward, and 1, and reach forward, and 2, and reach forward, 3, forward, 4, forward, 5, forward, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. With our hands, we're going to interlace our fingers, and we'll start on our chest, and we're going to push out and away, and then back in, and we'll do 5 here. So push out, 1, out, 2, out, 3, out, 4, and out, 5. Next we'll do some flutterists. So we're gonna alternate until we get to 10. We're gonna start with the arms both extended. One hand is gonna be pointed towards the ceiling, one hand pointed towards the ground, and we'll alternate till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, we're gonna do some power ups. So we're gonna bring our hands down to our laps. Our chest is gonna come down towards the lap. We're gonna push big and coming up wide with the arms, and we'll do 5 here. Coming down, power up. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5. Good. Next, we're gonna do our power rock, and power rock, as you know, is good for that weight shifting component. So I'm gonna bring my arm down heavy to one side of my body. It's gonna make the other side of my body light, so I can kick that leg out and reach up towards the ceiling. My eyes are gonna look towards my hand. I'm gonna bring everything back into that get ready position, and we'll switch sides to the opposite side, and we'll do 10 total here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, we're gonna do our power step. We'll mix it up a little bit. When I step out, I'm gonna walk my feet back in, but I'm gonna turn so the toes come in, then the heel comes in, the toe comes in, all the way till I get to that starting position, okay? So the toes are coming in, out, and just crawling along the floor. We'll do 5 on that right, and then we'll switch and do 5 on the left. So I'm coming up and out, and then I'm crawling back to that starting position. That's 1. And out. Working on that ankle mobility as well. 2. Good. 3. 4. And 5. We'll switch to the opposite side. So coming out big, wide, and then heel toe as we come back to that center position of squeaky shoes. That's 1. And 2. And 3. 4. And 5. All right. So next we're gonna do coming up onto our toes and then back down and up onto the heels. We'll alternate until we get to 10 here. So I bring my heels up. That's 1, toes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next we'll do our marches. We'll do opposite arm, opposite leg. So as I come up, the opposite leg's coming up with it, and then switching sides. We're gonna alternate with this one until we get to 10. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And last one we'll do are our chair jumping jacks. So with this one, I'm gonna come out with both arms and legs and then come back in. Can always, if it hurts to come up overhead, can come in a crisscross in that forward direction as well, okay? So we'll do 10 total here. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay. So today we'll be doing circuit style class. So we'll have 3 exercises. We'll spend a minute in each exercise. We'll have 30 seconds to rotate and then we'll repeat. So we'll do each circuit twice. So today it's focused on more of like balance. So both our moving balance and our static balance, our balance when we're standing and holding still. And then the second circuit will be more focused on core. Okay. So with the first one, we're going to do our sit to stand. So we'll come up into our power up from seated to standing position. So coming up and out, and then from that position, we're in a rock to our right, rock to our left, and then we'll sit back down. And again, okay? So that will be the first exercise. The second one is going to be squats with a single leg stance. With this one, we can use our chairs if we need to. You're going to squat down. So we'll do our squat. When you come up, you're going to bring one leg up and then back down and up. So this one, we're going to try to increase how much time we're holding on it. So when I do the first one and I come up, I hold for 1 second on both sides. The next one I'll do, try to hold for 2 seconds and then 3 seconds and then so on and so forth. And we'll see how far that we can get. As always, you can have your chairs to help you as little as needed while still being safe. So if I'm coming down and if I need a couple fingers to help me out to maintain that stance, that's okay too. The last one, we'll use our weight as just like a small obstacle. And again, we can use the chair if we need to. I'm going to pan down for a minute. So have my weight on the floor. I'm going to step over. And then I want to shift all my weight forward as far as I can onto my toes. And then I'm going to shift my weight back onto my heels. And then I'll step over and do that same thing. So I can do this with the chair in front of me to help me out too. Right. So then stepping over, shifting my weight forward, shifting my weight backwards, and then stepping over, same thing. Okay. So that will be the first circuit. All right, we'll get started with those sit to stands with the power. We'll take off in about 10. Coming up and rock and rock and back down. Always do this in the seated position as well. Just with our power up into our power rock. Good, we're halfway there. Good, less than 10 seconds. All right. So we're switching. We have those squats with balancing on one leg. We want to increase the amount of time spent on that one leg as we increase with reps. So that first one, I'll just do a 1 second hold, then 2, then 3, as high up as I can get in that 1 minute. And we'll alternate legs. So squatting down, coming up. And now trying for that 2 second hold. And 2. And 3. Halfway there. 4. And 5. Again, if we need to use our chair, that's okay. Good. All right. And next we're doing our obstacle step over. We're shifting weight forward and backward. So I step over my weight. And I can have the chair there to help me out. Once I step over, I'm going to shift my weight forward as far as I can, backwards as far as I can, and then step back over when I'm centered. I'm going to take off in about 10 seconds. Stepping over both feet. I shift my weight forward. I shift my weight back. Come back into that centered position, waiting till I'm balanced to step back over and forward, back, good, and back over. Ooh, 2 forward that time. Good, more than halfway there. Good, last 10 seconds. All right. Go ahead and get a drink if you need to. We'll repeat that series over. And we'll take about 30 seconds before we start back up at the top with those sit to stands. So we're standing up. And then rocking from side to side. We'll take off in about 10 seconds. And then into my up and rocking and down. And halfway there. Good. Last 10 seconds. All right. Getting ready for those squats with our balance. And we'll take off in about 10 seconds. Good. Extending that time with each rep that we stand on that leg. More than halfway there. Last 5. All right. And then switching, so that obstacle step over with our weight shift forward and backwards. We'll take off in like 10 seconds. Good. And even if you're feeling pretty balanced, it's always good to have the chair in front of you, just in case. More than halfway there. Good. Last 10 seconds. All right. So that is the first round, first circuit. Go ahead and get a drink of water. And we'll come back in about 30 more seconds. And we'll go over the next round. And it looks like everybody's just about back. So for that next round of exercises, we're gonna do more strength, more core related exercises. So with the first one, we're gonna do squat downs to bicep curl, to an overhead press, to a tricep. Okay. With this one, we can either do it in a seated position, we can do it in a standing position as well. So if I'm gonna do it in the seated position, we'll do it down so you can see. In the seated position, I'm coming down, sitting up, curling, over, hiding behind my head, back up, and down. So if I choose to do it in that seated position, that's how I'll do it. If you'd like to do it in the standing position, couple options. So you can either squat down in this position, come up, curl, press, hide it, just like we did. Or if we don't want to squat all the way down, we can do forward with a hip hinge onto the chair, stand up, into the curl, pressing over and behind the head. So options with that one. Next, we're gonna do some oblique exercises. So we'll do side bend. You're gonna have like a suitcase carry with your weights, and we're gonna come down and up and down and up. So you should feel that stretch through the opposite side that you're bending. We can also do this in the seated position as well. So coming down and then back up. Try to pull the belly button in towards the spine so that we're keeping those core abdominal muscles tight as well when we're doing this. Our last one is going to be done with the chair. So this one will be kind of similar to like our power rock. So we're gonna come into the plank position. So I'm gonna push back and feel that stretch through my back. And then I'm gonna bring forward and back. So I should pause in the back so I feel that stretch for a couple seconds. And then I'm gonna come forward, drop the hips. So I feel it more in my glutes, quads, and my belly when I'm in that forward position. If you can have the chair rested against something like a wall so it doesn't move. Also, we want to make sure that our wrists are right underneath our shoulders. So when I do this, if I'm coming into this position where I'm dropping everything, if I have my hands forward like this, it's going to push the chair so that it moves. So you got to make sure that those wrists are right underneath the shoulders when we're dropping our hips so that we don't have the chair moving out from us. The closer that we have our feet, the less challenging it's going to feel as well. So if you need less of a challenge, bring it in just a little bit. Then as we come back and we can come forward, not as much of a drop in the hips there. Okay. So that will be the second hit circuit. There's some variations there if you want to do it in the seated or standing position. And we'll start. I'm going to start in that standing position. We'll take off in like 10. So starting with that squat, up, curl, press, back behind the head, and down. Okay? And coming off, up, curl, press, back. Good. Trying to keep the arms in towards your body when you're doing those curls. And then also when we're doing the triceps at the top. More than halfway there. Good. Last 10 seconds. Okay. Next, we're gonna work those oblique muscles. And again, try to pull the belly button in towards the spine. That's gonna keep those abdominal muscles nice and tight during the movement. And then with this one, I'm just sliding the weight down my side. I should feel a stretch on that opposite direction. We'll take off in about 10 seconds. Down and up. Nice and slow. So we want to be slow and controlled with our exercises because for one, That way we can make sure that we're not using momentum when we're doing it, but also the longer that the muscle stays under tension, the more efficient that we're being with our strengthening, with our exercise. Okay? And plus we feel stretch on that opposite side. Okay, less than 10. All right. And last one. And again, I can't stress how important it is to make sure that the wrists are above the shoulders with this one, and we can modify it based on where we're placing our legs as well. Okay. And we'll take off in 10. Come back to feel that stretch. And then I come forward and drop my hips. Good. We're halfway there. Last 10 seconds. Good. All right. And that's the first circuit. Well, that's the first set of the second circuit. We'll do one more circuit and then we'll move on to our power moves. So get a drink if you want. And we'll take off in like 20 seconds. We'll start off at the top. That combination move either in the standing or seated position. And then also if we need to do that modified one in the standing where we're doing the hip hinge as we come up instead so that we have less range, that's okay as well. All right, taking off. Okay, started. So squatting down and up. Bringing the arms into that curled position, up overhead. And halfway there. Oh, I skipped my triceps. Last 10 seconds. All right. And switching into those oblique. So like a play on a triangle. We'll take off in 10 seconds. Leg down. Nice and gentle with the up and the down. Keeping those abdominal muscles nice and tight. Good. Halfway there. Down to our last 10. All right. Just go. All right, if you need to get a drink. In a moment, we'll go over our power moves. So today we're doing the power in the quadruped position, which is a fancy way of saying in all floors on the floor. So we'll need our yoga mats for that. Always have the option to do it in either the standing position or seated position as well.
No. Remember there was that one exercise which was the pushing up? Are we not doing that?
Oh my gosh, yes, I totally skipped over that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna wait for some people to come back and then we'll start with that one. I'm so sorry. Must be Monday. And it looks like everybody's just about back. I'm so sorry if you guys missed this one. That's on me. We'll go into the into our rock backs with the chair. We'll take off in 10 seconds. Good. Stop. Coming back and forward. Good. 10 seconds. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Now you can get a drink of water if you didn't already. In a moment, we'll go over those quadruped moves. So that 4-point position for our power rock. As always, we have the opportunity to do them either in a seated or standing position as well. I think a lot of you should be familiar with those seated positions because we do them during the warm up. But we'll go over those real quickly as well after that quadruped.
Frankly, that last part was the hardest part, so I sort of felt like she was the kid in the class that said, "You forgot to give us the test."
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why I forgot about it.
Sorry, I actually thought it was also very challenging, but it felt great to do. So I was like, oh my God, let's do it.
Yeah, I really like that exercise. I do it a lot with my patients because it's good in activating the core, but it also is a good stretch as well. It really does feel good, I think, too.
It feels great. I agree.
I do it often for myself as well. We are doing our power series in that quadruped position. It's just a fancy way of saying in our all four position. Down on our hands and knees. So we have our power up. So if I'm bringing my chest down, and then I'm going to come up to my power up. So that will be that one. We have our power rock. So similar to like what we did, you're going to bring the hands out a little bit forward and we're going to sit back in like a child's pose. And then you'll come forward as well. Okay. So we have that power rock. Next, our power twists. I'm gonna thread the needle, so this little space that's created between my other arm and my thigh, I'm gonna bring my arm through and twist under. And then I'm gonna come up and twist over, okay? And then we'll do that on both right side and left side. Our last one, our power step, we got some options here. So I can either just step forward. If I want to, I can come all the way up when I do my step. So coming up a little bit more challenging. If I have my leg out at that angle, a little bit more stable when I get up to that top position. So those 4 we'll go through. We'll do each one 10 times. So that'll give us, when we're doing the twists, our power twist and our power step, we'll alternate sides until we get to 10. So that'll give us 5 on each side. If we're doing it in that seated position, so we did these for the warm up, our power up, our power rock. With the twists, we want to make sure that we're twisting at the hips. So we open, this is always that get ready position. And then the whole body is twisting as the hands meet in both directions. And then of course that power step. All right, so those are the seated variations. Otherwise, for the rest of you, you can join me on the floor. We're gonna do 10 reps of each. Except for the twists and the rock, we'll do 5 on each side. So we'll alternate and do 10 total with those. So coming down to the ground, we start with that power up. So coming down and that big fast motion, opening up wide. Down. 2. And down. 3. And down. 4. And down. 5. And down. 6. Down. 7. And down. 8. And down. 9. And last one. 10. Good. Next, we'll do that rock. So with this one, we do want our arms to be out more in that forward position so we can really sit back. You feel that stretch. And then as we come forward, we can drop our hips down if we need to. So like in that. So opening up. All right, and we'll do 10 here. So coming back. And dropping the hips. That's 1. Back. 2. 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. We're gonna go into our power twists next. So we'll alternate in between our right and left side. and we'll do 10 total. I'm gonna bring my arm through as far as I can, feel that stretch at the bottom, and then twisting up back as far as I can. And then I'm gonna look back at my hand as I do it. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Good. Next one, we have that power step. So either you can just step to that front position, or if it feels good, you can come all the way up to that step. So we'll alternate. Coming up. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. All right, so for the last one, we'll link the moves together. So we'll do our power flow. So we're gonna do each of those moves in succession. We'll do 6 repetitions of it. So we'll go through, do our power up straight into our power rock, and then our power twist right left, and our power step right left. We'll do 6 repetitions. I'm gonna run through real quick, just 1 rep, just so that you can see how that looks. And then we'll count to 6 up from there. So my power up, and coming down, good. Straight into my power rock back, power rock forward, and then we twist right and twist left into our step and step. All right, so we'll do 6 repetitions of that. You ready? Coming down, power up. And hands come forward so we can sit the hips back and drop the hips forward. Good. And twist. And twist. Good. And we step. Step. That's 1. Going straight into that power up again. Good. And rock. And twist. Step. That's 2. Down. Good. And then we twist. Into our step. And that's 3. Getting ready to start from the top. And
Purveyor in the line that Joe sharper than attack, far more mentally acute than President Trump.
And that's 4. 2 more to go. Going down. Up. And 1 step. Good. And very last one. Ooh, all right. Okay, the only thing that we have left is our cool down. So we'll do some stretches. We'll go ahead and sit in our chairs again. We'll start with stretching those upper neck and shoulder muscles. So I'm going to anchor one side. I'm going to bring my ear towards the opposite side, and I can give some overpressure. And then going to the opposite side, now anchoring my shoulder by holding on underneath my chair so that shoulder doesn't shrug up. And then I'm going to bring the opposite ear to my opposite shoulder. I can give some overpressure with that same arm as the side that I'm moving my head towards. Good. And now stretching the back of the shoulder, I'm going to bring my right arm across my body. The left arm's going to hug it in just above my elbow. And we'll do some circles here with the wrist. And then reversing those circles. Good. And then opposite side, bringing across my chest, hugging it in. And I'll do my ankles or my wrist circles. And then the opposite. Good. Next, I'm gonna have you do some cat cows. So with this one, we're just rounding the spine. So one vertebrae at a time. I'm gonna go into that C position, and then I'm gonna sit up nice and tall, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the top. And we'll do 10 here. Moving down. And up. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Next we'll do a twist. So I'm gonna bring my right hand towards my left thigh. My other hand's gonna come onto the chair, and I'm just gonna gently twist. So I feel that stretch, and we'll hold here for a little bit. Good. We'll go opposite. So now my left hand's coming to my thigh, my other hand is coming to the chair and twisting. And we'll stretch our hamstring muscles, so bringing one leg out all the way straight. So it's not bent at the knee. You're gonna bend forward at the waist, reaching down towards the toes so that you feel that stretch in the back of the thigh. And coming up. And the opposite leg's gonna come out straight. And again, we want to try to keep that knee from bending so that we can feel that stretch in the back of the thigh. Last one, we'll bring the knee in towards the chest. We can always hug it in on the opposite on the thigh so that we're not putting a lot of pressure on the knee if we're having knee pain. And then with this, same like we did with the wrists, we're gonna do some ankle circles. And then reversing those circles. Good, and switching sides. And reversing. Good. All right, well, that is where we'll end for today. And thank you so much for joining.